Hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of That Ain't My Daddy. Today I'm trying something different here. I sent out a short notice saying I'm going to try a Q&A for anything personal finance, just to see how people feel about this part of my videos. Let's see here. Anything to do with personal finance, any questions that you may have. What I do, by the way, my name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in financing things that go down in value, depreciation. That's what depreciation means. Anything that goes down in value. What I do is I help people organize their finances because a lot of people's finances are just like all over the place, right? I organize them, put them together in one place, create a plan from it, and then that's how you become financially free, right? Again, welcome. This is just a question and answer video, something that I'm testing out today. If nobody comes in the room, well, it'll just be about 5-10 minutes. It won't be one of those hour-long videos. So I'm going to wait for people to come in here. And then we are going to talk about any questions that you may have concerning your own finances. Maybe there's a scenario. Maybe there's something you have a question of that you're thinking about doing. Maybe this is the year you're trying to buy a house, or no matter how many raises you get, you're still ending up in the same financial place, and you just cannot figure out. You just can't put your finger on it. I promise I'll have an answer for you. It counts on how deep it is, of course, but if it's just a surface question, hey, let me know. This is for you. This is the time. All right. I try to pick this time Sunday, 1 o'clock East Coast time, 10 o'clock West Coast, so everybody's awake and can jump in. And I know, but I noticed that I am coming on the same time as O'Shea, so I'm probably not going to have many of his people that have come over here and subscribe to me on this live channel. But maybe not. You just never know. All right, because I talk about very different subjects. I talk about just personal finances and money, and I teach people how to start thinking about money collectively now instead of individually. And what I mean by that is, for example, when you're stuck on, for example, say like the average, when they say something like the average car payment is $500 a month, right? The average is made up of millions upon millions upon millions of people all doing this, making the same financial moves, right? As one, okay? Hello, Erica, welcome. She said, finally, I'll catch you live. I came on at a decent time, a day time. Normally people are off and things of that nature, so I can finally give people an opportunity to catch me. Why did you decide to have only one credit card and not do the entire Dave Ramsey? You know what, ATL, this is what I did. I took the knowledge that I wanted, that I needed from Dave Ramsey, right? Like he's a religious guy. I'm not religious like him, so I really don't pay attention to that. But I took the knowledge that I needed from him. He was just using basic math. So, but what he's a zero tolerance credit card person, and this is the reason why I chose to have one credit card. And why? A couple of reasons. Number one is for security, right? By having a credit card, well, actually, there's three. Having a credit card allows me to shop and get gas everywhere without the compromise, without stores and businesses being compromised, getting hacked, right? Because if they hack those stores, get the customer's information, they will get my credit card and not my debit card, right? It's like the other day I was on a live, and then I got a notification on my phone that somebody charged something on my credit card that I had right now, just a couple of days ago, unauthorized charge. I just called up the credit card company. Hey, it wasn't me. They recredited back, turned that credit card off, sent me a new one. It was that fast. But I remember a few years ago, that happened to my debit card. It wasn't a pleasant experience at all. And I vowed to say, I'm never doing that again. Number two, it helps build credit, right? It helps build my credit. So what I do is I buy everything I can possible. I pay for everything I can possible with my credit card. But at the end of that month, I pay it in full. So normally anything I use my debit and or cash, I use my credit card, right? But at the end of that month, I pay it in full. So I don't pay no interest. It builds my credit at the same time. Plus it's convenience, right? When it's time to get a hotel room or rent a car, you try to rent a car with a debit card. Oh man, I've been behind some people that have rented a car with a debit card. They got to call up, authorize the money, make sure it's in there. It's just a big hassle. So one credit card is good because you don't really have to keep up with many due dates. A lot of people don't really understand that are deep in debt. You got a lot of due dates to keep up. When you just have one credit card, that's it. I just pay that. I look at it every single month. They're not going to slip in any fees or, just credit card companies do a lot of tricks. And since I just have one, if they do one, I'll see it right away because that's my only credit card. So I hope that answers the question. Any other questions, or maybe ATL, you got more questions? Any question at all? Any questions at all? So that's my, because I see Dave Ramsey and he's like, hey, no credit. Oh, thanks. I only have 3 cards. Do not use my debit for purchases on an ATM withdrawal. I have 0 debt and have been debt free for over 25 years. My score is 803. Okay, cool. Let me ask you a question. Why do you have 3 credit cards? What's the purpose of that? And you don't use your debit. Okay. I have no debt and no credit. What's the best bank to use to start building my credit? I currently use Green Dot, which was assigned to me. Okay, Erica, I would get one credit card, right? And the purpose of that is to build credit, but do not month to month. You pay it in full every single month. And the use of that credit card builds your credit. You don't have to have revolving credit. Green Dot, now, I don't mess with Green Dot because I know there's a lot of hidden fees in that thing. Just get a regular unsecured credit card. Green Dot I'm not going to down it because I don't know enough about it. Would I get one? No, I wouldn't get one. I would just get a regular unsecured credit card. Use it where you would everywhere you normally use your debit and credit or cash. But, you got the security of the credit card just in case anything happens. Because if your debit card gets hacked, that money comes straight out of your account. I don't like that. I just don't like that. P.S. I want to build my credit, eventually qualify for a conventional loan for an acre of land in a Yeah, that's how you do it. But check it out. This is Erica. I'm gonna tell you something that's very important so you will understand. Okay. So listen to this. If you have no debt, right? Okay, put it this way. Say like you saved up $20,000 for a piece of land or a home, okay? But you had $100,000 in student loan debt, okay? And then you go to the bank and say, hey, bank, I saved up $20,000 for this piece of land. I need a loan. Right there, the bank has to determine because 20,000 minus 100,000 is negative 80,000. So right there, the bank is going to determine, says, does Erica know she's negative $80,000 in the hole? Or does she believe she really has $20,000 for a down payment on a house? I promise you, that's how they're going to look at it, right? And if you're there saying you have $20,000 for a house, they're going to tax you accordingly because you don't know. You're negative 80. You would be negative $80,000 in the hole. See what I'm saying? But if you came to the bank with 20,000, no debt, good credit, excellent job, they wouldn't insult you with anything less than a conventional mortgage. Subprime mortgages like FHA, VA, first time home, those are all subprime mortgages. I promise you, anything less than a conventional mortgage, that would be an insult if you came there debt free, because they would know that because they told me 3 major credit card chains, blah, blah, blah. Bank of America, FICO scores, see major name, banks high score. ATL, I personally believe that type of information is created by the banks to make people believe that. You know, I don't, I understand that credit is a business. It's nothing more than a business. It's not, we don't need it. You obviously are debt free and just have the cards. You obviously know that credit is not a need. It's just a want. And like when you hear things like, hey, if you close your credit card, your score is going to go down. I believe that the banks put that out there and scare people. All right. Hey, hello, Hyphy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad I was able to catch you. Thank you, Fresh Prince, CEO. Yeah, see what I'm saying, ATL? Because you know, it's like this, ATL. I get a lot of clients that are like you now, right? They're clearly established as far as their finances and credit cards. I can clearly see they know what they're doing, but there's a piece and there's a language. And when I say it this way, it's like when you start to think about money collectively instead of individually, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like when I read stuff about credit and loans and stuff on the internet, I could swear to you the banks write that. I promise you. It's like the banks are saying this, but they're making it sound nice, and then they scare you. Hey, don't pay off your credit card and close it. It'll drop your credit score, but you'll be out of debt if you pay off your credit card. But they're saying that so because if you paid off your credit card and closed it, they make no more money. So their purpose of it is to make you nervous of doing it. That's all. Having 3 open credit cards will leave you. I don't know. I just think it'll leave you open, susceptible to fraud. I just don't want to deal with any of that. If I was you, ATL, I would freeze my credit. You sound like you don't use it. It doesn't hurt your current credit cards, right? But if you freeze all 3 of your credit reports on all 3 credit bureaus, it'll help prevent somebody trying to open some credit in your name. You need a credit card for good credit. You don't need a credit card for good credit. Yeah, that's true. I use it for convenience and security. I really don't even care necessarily about my credit score until I show you guys. I pay mine off every month. That's why I don't have exactly. And it doesn't really matter, ATL. That 850 credit score, that's a slogan that the banks throw out there because the majority of people have high credit scores, but they're deep in debt. You know, they don't really tell you that part. A lot of people, hey, I got an 850 credit score. The first thing I think when I hear that, I want to know how much debt you're in, because if I see if you're $300,000-$400,000 in debt, I don't care how high your credit score is. I don't want that. Keep it. The banks and Agent Smiths are telling you it's a good idea. Exactly, SR. Exactly. They don't want you out the debt matrix. Now, this debt matrix is all voluntarily. You volunteer for this, right? I'm in the debt matrix in a different way than I'm outside the debt matrix. I'm looking at the debt matrix, okay? Because once you're outside the debt matrix and you're looking at it, you know how to make money from it. Because if the majority of people were not in the debt matrix, because we need them there, it's sad to say, but we need them there in order for us to become wealthy, in order for us to remain financially free, the majority must live in the debt matrix. And it's all a choice. The glitch in the debt matrix, my master mathematical formula, I keep telling you guys, savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If you answer that question, you see the negative number and you believe it, you'll be free. It's really that simple. You'll be out the debt matrix. If they can get you to keep on foot in, they'll more likely be able to convince you to use them again. You know what? You're right. But Asar, once you're out, like they couldn't convince me to do anything anymore, right? I already know the game. I see it. It's just math. It's not this is the whoever, let me tell you guys something. Somebody invented this system. Somebody made this system to be hidden in plain sight. None of this is hidden, what I'm telling you guys. I'm not some master guru financial dude. I'm just using the math I learned in grade school. That's it. Nothing fancy. All you got to do is believe it. Oh, yours are frozen. Okay, cool. I did that. Mine's been frozen about 4 years now, ATL. So yeah, I don't know if it's prevented or whatever, but it's just frozen. Another preventive message or preventive measure. And because the scammers, they're going after the low hanging fruit, the people that don't know, the people that live in the debt matrix. Okay, I promise you. And there's the people that don't know. In order to get out of the matrix, it's just using math. have a friend who thinks he's out of debt because he paid off these credit cards, but he still has his mortgage and car payments. I think a lot of people are confused. You're right. You're right. So that's ASR. That's why I always do this. That's why I always do the formula. So they know they're still in debt. Like I had a couple of clients, right? And these are now what I teach has nothing to do with your regular smarts. Like, not saying you're not a smart person, but when I look at their finance and they say, hey, L, I have X amount in savings, and then I do the savings minus debt equals this, and then when I do the math, they'll see they're in the negative, and then they'll do this particular type of laugh that'll make a click. They'll kind of giggle because and I know that laugh is because that's when it clicks. It's like, oh, oh, okay. Then I just sit back and listen. It's funny, but that's what I like about what I do, because when it clicks, that's the satisfaction I get. I can hear it. I can hear it in their voice over the phone that it clicks in. I tell people to get out debt free, and they look at, hey, ATL, you're an alien. ATL. Now, money is spoken in 2 languages now, right? I know because I can just tell by the way you're talking to me. People in the debt matrix speak debt. People outside the debt matrix speak debt free. Now, when you're talking to them using debt free, you might as well be that Charlie Brown teacher voice. They don't hear you. You're crazy. Somebody must have paid your bills. You must be rich. That's why you're talking like that. It couldn't have been you just paid off your debt and just stayed out of debt. It couldn't be that, right? It's just not that. You are an alien, ATL. Stop talking debt free around people that talk debt. You're going to get kicked out of every party. You're not going to be invited to barbecues. None of that. All right. My career was trying to tell me that I don't need to save or be on a budget. What? You know what, SR? You have to get used to this word, SR. Okay. Hey, Linnell's videos, that Ain't My Daddy, his videos are stupid. They don't make any sense. Okay. Linnell, everybody has a car payment. Okay. That's all I say. ATL, that's what you got to use that word. Okay. I did this all myself. It was, ATL, it's a sacrifice. You had to pay for this. This freedom ain't free. This freedom ain't free. Savings minus debt. And whoever's listening to this and saying, how much does it cost to be financially free? I'll tell you right now. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt, because everybody's price is different. Savings minus debt equals your price. Yes, including your student loan. Yes, including your mortgage. Yes, including the collections that you feel that you don't want to pay and they're old and whatever. All of it counts. That's your price. Are you willing to pay it? If you're not willing to pay that price, you will never know what it's like to be financially free. It will be mathematically impossible for you to be free ever. Ever. It's not, I'm not saying anything fancy. ATL, am I saying, you can hear me, ATL. I know you can. Am I saying anything fancy? I'm not. Am I? I'm just, savings minus debt equals your price. You want to determine if you ready to see if you can qualify for a new car? Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a new car. You want to try to buy some new shoes? Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for new shoes. See how easy that is? It's easy. See, there you go, ATL. You trying to get kicked out of your friends group, aren't you? It's common sense. You're insulting people when you say things like that. It's not common sense. It's just, you got to say, it's basic math. Common sense, you're saying they're stupid. Say that, hey, ATL, say this to a person. Hey, it's common sense that if you keep financing cell phones, you'll never get financially ahead. See how far that takes you and see. Oh, and we working. Oh, you know what, SR? Job titles mean nothing. Okay. Don't be fooled by somebody's job title. Okay. Don't do that. Just because they work at the bank, they're a financial analyst, they're an accountant, What I teach has nothing to do with that. Nothing. Don't be fooled by it just because you hear somebody working at the bank, they must know about money. All you got to, you want to see if they know about money? Ask them a simple question like this. What's your tax bracket? Are you making car payments? If they can't, if they don't know their tax bracket and they're making car payments, they're not doing it right. I don't care what they say. It doesn't matter. When it comes to tax purposes, what's the best way to handle tax breaks for an independent truck driver? All right, Erica, I'm gonna say something. Let me say it this way, okay? In order for you to take advantage of tax breaks, you must be financially free. In order to even understand, for example, if you had a 401k, you can max out each 401k at $19,000 a year, right? You could take that $19,000 goes into your retirement. That same year, you can take that same $19,000 off of your taxable income. Okay, but you can't take advantage of that fact if you're in debt. It's mathematically impossible for you, nor can you see that. The majority of people cannot take advantage of this tax break. You understand? So if you can, the taxes that you avoid that the majority pay is money in your pocket. That's called phantom income. It's only phantom to those who are in debt. Okay? If you tell somebody what I just told you, you can figure this out with math. I'm not fooling you. It's no magic trick. You can ask the tax person, right? Is this true? If I max out my 401k every year, the money will go into my retirement and I'll get $19,000 off my taxable income? Yes. Right? That's guaranteed every single year. It's not the match and the 3% this and invested in that. That's just frosting on top of it. The guaranteed money is the tax savings. I hope that makes sense. So it's not really your job. If your job as a truck driver, if your company offers HSA, health savings account, that's pre-tax, 401k retirement, that's pre-tax, those are the first things you take advantage of because that's guaranteed money every single year that the majority of the people in the United States cannot take advantage of. Okay? Check your bank account. My mother couldn't get into a Bank of America account over the phone. She went to the branch and discovered that the main branch in Florida was having problems. I don't really deal with the big banks. A lot of people believe they have to deal with big banks for some reason. I think that's another bank trick. You know, the banks, hey man, don't be a bank hater. I'm not a bank hater at all. I follow their motto. I respect big banks. They got this on lock. People believe that it's some kind of benefit by being with a big bank. It's not. It's a benefit for them, not for you, especially if you're in debt. It means nothing to you. Hey, I've been with this bank for the last 20 years. I'm going to go, why are you saying that? I don't get it. Who cares? You know, but they don't know. My friends are suffering bad with debt. I have shown them how I did it, but won't listen. They live and look like they have money, but they are broke, living off. ATL, you're speaking debt-free. How many times am I going to tell you? This is what you're saying, ATL, when you talk to them. That's what you're saying. You only can be. My clientele, check it out. My clientele now, they come to me when they're ready. I'm not convincing anybody to come see me. They know when they're ready to see me because they watch my videos and be like, man, he's talking a whole different language and he's justifying everything he's saying with mathematics. Just like that. I'm not doing anything fancy. I promise you I'm not. Hey, health, wait, real talk. Bank hater, that's a feeling. Okay. Never mix your feelings with your money. Okay. Don't ever do that. Math and money are one. Okay. Remember that. Math and money are one. The only thing that can separate math and money are feelings. And I always tell this example so people can understand what it sounds like outside not saying that you're in debt, but outside the debt matrix when you involve your feelings. So say like, Say like I was your boss, right? And I handed you your check and your check was $100 short. And you looked at me and said, hey, boss, hey, Linnell, what's up with my check? It's $100 short. And I turned to you and said, hey, yeah, I saw that when I was signing your check, man. I feel really bad about that. I feel really bad that your check is $100 short. And right in my heart, I feel horrible about it. Have a nice day. You'd look at me like I'm crazy, right? That's what it sounds like when you involve your feelings. Don't hate the big banks, man. They are, man. That's my bank for years. Exactly. The banks know what they're doing. They got loyal followers. They think if they're banking with some bank for years, they somehow are privileged of something. I'm not quite sure what that is, but you can't do it. Any other questions? You guys just jumping in here? If you're just jumping in the room, this is a Q&A for anything to do with personal finances. You can read, if you like this video, please click the like button. I have free 30-minute consultation at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Please send a date, a time, and your phone number and a brief overview of your financial situation, and we'll be able to get straight into that during that 30-minute consultation, so we don't have to re-ask these questions over, right? So I appreciate that. All right. I don't know, because the banks screwed up my check via direct deposit, so we have a strained relationship. If that happens, I would just leave the bank. I would just leave the bank, because have you noticed, this is outside the debt matrix, this is what I see. To get a person into their system, or get a person into the banking or establishment, it flows. It flows. It's like Apple, right? Once you get inside the Apple ecos, right, everything runs so smooth, right? But when it's time to leave, nothing ever works right. Hey, they don't know how to do this. This doesn't transfer over to that. Nothing works right. It's the same thing with banking. Everything doesn't seem to work right when it's time to go. I don't play that. Like right now, I personally go with the credit union. I'm not saying a credit union is better than a bank, but I have no problems with using a credit union. I have less problems. And plus, I never have to physically walk into a bank or physically walk into a location. I haven't walked into one for years because I don't need to go in there. There's no reason. It counts on Exclimatic. Check it out. Emergency fund is definitely important when you're getting out of debt, okay? Most definitely. But when you're completely out of debt, you have money. So you will always have an emergency fund, because you will always have money. Once you're out of debt, you stop thinking about money collectively. I mean, stop thinking about money individually and start thinking collectively, right? And when you get out of debt, you'll find that life is not that expensive at all. I promise you. It's not expensive as it seems to be when you're in debt. Okay. When you're in debt, everything seems to be expensive. Gas, food, taxes, everything. But once you're out of debt and you see how it all works, it's not really, life is not that expensive at all. I live off of $35,000 easily, without even thinking. And when you're out of debt, you don't think about money like that anymore. I don't think about money. I don't even think about it. Okay. I use Facebook. They are great and always seem to be sided with their customers when funds are stolen. And that's nice. See what I'm saying? If it's cool like that, stick with them, man. If things are fast, if there's fraud and they resolve it quick, do that quick. What are your it's weird. Okay, let me health weight and real talk. My bank has a place I can walk into, but I never go there. So I guess they would be considered online to me, but I've never personally went with a strictly online bank. Not saying that they're bad. I would say this: make sure you read about their reviews, read about other people's experiences with a completely online bank. I agree with them, because again, I have a bank that I can physically walk into, but my credit union is not even in the same state as where I live. It's not even the same state. Because I don't care, because credit unions have They have partnerships with other credit unions. So if I need to actually go into a bank to get a large amount of money, I can walk into a co-op credit union, tell them who I bank with, my credit union and my account number, and they have all the same things I can do. See what I'm saying? So you don't really need a physical bank anymore. So I'm not knocking online banks, but they're the future. Once you're debt free, you don't fit that. The best way I can describe to you guys, when you're financially free, the need of banks and need of physical money doesn't exist like that. Because money's not real for those who are in debt. Now, if you don't understand what I mean by that, this is how you can tell if money is real for you or not. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. I keep telling you about my master mathematical formula. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If your money is in the negative, if that number's in the negative, money is not real for you. You just believe it's real. Okay? It's just a belief. But I can't go pull out specific values of money to fill envelopes. Kind of sucks, but no. You can go, SR, you can go to a ATM, pull out some money. What do you mean? Can't you just go to an ATM and go pull out some money? Don't they? They gotta have some relationship with some ATMs. They have to. Yeah, you're right. Credit union network is nice. That's why I deal with them. It's really nice. Money currency are not the same. True, they're not the same. They're not the same, SR. Banks control the flow of current. Yeah, they do. People, it's like currency is for people in debt because they see it. When you're outside the debt matrix trying to explain this, man, it's very difficult because I don't look at money as a physical thing anymore. It's not like if people depend on credit cards, right? I know they buy stuff when they slide it, and in their minds, they think it's money, right? Because it's using their money from their job to pay it back. But credit card companies really don't have to have physical money. They're just digital numbers on the screen. You see what I'm saying? People never see it. And if you do try to see it, they're going to charge you some 26 something odd crazy percent to actually pull it out of an ATM. They're going to charge you up the woo-ha for it. You know what I'm saying? You have to look into it the way they are using work. Exactly. When it comes to money, let me tell you something, all you guys in this room. When it comes to money, you pay close attention to the words that are used when it comes to money. Pay close attention. Like, for example, there are millions upon millions of people calling themselves homeowners, the word homeowner, while having a mortgage. Math will clearly show all those people that they're not homeowners. But yet, if you go and tell a person with a mortgage, hey, you're not really a homeowner. ATL, this is for you. If you want to try this one too. Hey, you're not a homeowner if you have a mortgage, right? They're going to look at you like you're crazy. What are you talking about? Yes, I am. Look at it. It's right there. I got the key. See? I can go into it. Walk right into it. See? They believe that. Here's another one. Okay? Here's another one. I bet you have, ATL. I bet you have. Check it out. When you hear a person say this, hey, I'm pulling out some equity out of my house and redo my kitchen. Okay? You can't say to that person, hey, it's not your house because you have a mortgage. You're borrowing the equity. Borrowing the equity should show you of this fact. You don't borrow from your savings account, right? No, because it's your money, but yet you're borrowing money from the equity at a percentage rate to redo the kitchen. You're borrowing money from the bank to redo their own kitchen. You can't say that to a person like that. They don't know that. HELOC is a lie. For those of you that do not know, home equity line of credit, okay? Home equity line of credit at a percentage rate, okay? You take a home equity line of credit and redo your kitchen, you're redoing the bank's kitchen. If you take a home equity line of credit to pay off your car, You're using the bank's money to pay off the bank's cars because the banks own the cars. If you're paying them off, that means the bank owns them. So you believe you're going to take the bank's money and pay off their own cars. If you believe that, that's on you. The bank doesn't care what you believe. That's on you. All you got to do is use math, and you'll clearly see that you're not paying off anything. You're just swapping places. See what I'm saying? Just because their mortgage payment doesn't matter. That's the trick. SR. They believe that since their mortgage payment doesn't change much, they believe now they have more money, not realizing now they're deeper in debt than before. It's nothing personal. Stop paying your mortgage and see how fast. Exactly. Stop paying your mortgage. You'll see how fast you'll find out that you're not a homeowner real quick. Now, check this out. It's climatic. Check it out. Now, people with FHA mortgages, right? Now, FHA mortgages are for people that refuse to believe that they cannot afford a home, okay? Because when you're outside the debt matrix, an FHA mortgage would be an insult. If I walked into a bank, I mean, they wouldn't do that because they would look at my finances and clearly see that I wouldn't accept anything less than a conventional, right? But if I walked into a bank and that would be an insult, and if they offered me an FHA mortgage. But for those of the people that do not know, they charge PMI, primary mortgage insurance. Okay, here's those words again. Primary mortgage insurance, PMI. They hear the word insurance, and the people believe it's for them. Okay, the banks are good. Hey, you guys, I hope you guys are paying attention. The banks are good. You don't need to hire no ad agency. All you got to do is watch the bank commercials, put the commercial on mute, and just watch what they do. They hear the word insurance and think it's for them. They charge you. They throw all that PMI inside of an FHA mortgage. And then when you lose a job or you can't pay your mortgage, something happens financially to the person, right? The first thing they do is stop paying the mortgage. And then all of a sudden the people in the debt matrix say things like, hey, it's going to take them a year to get me out of the house, so I'm going to just not pay it. F them. The bank ain't nothing. And just jibber jabber, right? It's just debt speak, right? They don't realize that they've paid for that. They've already prepaid for that year that they're going to be in there with PMI. PMI should be changed to PFI, prepaid foreclosure insurance. You've paid for the get kicked out, the movers, the lawyers, the transfer of the title, everything. You've already paid for it. You just don't know you have. Okay. They knew that the day you signed the papers for the FHA mortgage. See how that works? The banks are good. Welcome to outside the debt matrix. You'll see all that. If I don't pay my property taxes, they can still take my paid off home. If you have mortgage, please pay extra principal to get the house paid off quickly. I paid my 15. Damn, it's 6. Wow, that's good, man. That's true. But again, ATL, you're speaking debt free. When you're financially free, is it even close to being a problem to paying your property taxes on your house? Even close? Really? Compared to a monthly mortgage? It's property taxes? That ain't nothing. Nothing. No issues at all. You probably don't even think about, you probably say something just like, oh, damn, it's due already? Okay, that was fast. That's about it. That's about the only thing you're going to say. That's it. Other than that, and by now you should understand, check it out, ATL. You should understand when you think collectively, right? Now you should understand the purpose of taxes, because remember, look at it this way. Nobody can make more land, right? If they allow people to buy properties and just pay for them and just completely own them, no taxes, people that didn't know about money would just sit on property like it's just nothing. They just would sit on it and just be like, whatever. I'm just going to sit here and squat, and just do nothing, right? When you understand the purpose of taxes, we would run out of land if that was the case. This is just my view. This is not nowhere written down. This is just my view outside the debt matrix, okay? Now, if somebody's smart, say like this, ATL, you're smart, you paid off your house, or you're smart with money, right? And then all of a sudden you pass away and give it to a relative or a family member of your kids or whatever that's not smart about money, guess what they're going to do? They're going to say, oh, thanks, ATL gave me a house. Now I'm going to take out, I can get the bank's going to contact them and say, hey, check it out. You can get a loan against this house. The person that's not smart about money, guess what they're going to do? They're going to take it. And then they're not going to pay it. And guess what? They're going to lose it. See what I'm saying? What's up, Mark? Welcome. That's it. It has to keep churning. It has to keep churning. So what I teach has to be generational. It has to be. You have to get out of debt first, because if you're out of debt first, you're going to naturally teach your children, your family members that are willing to they got to listen first. They have to listen. Once you do this, what I teach is generational. Because once you're on this side of the fence, you can't go back to the debt matrix. I promise you, there is no going back. I'm never going to accidentally finance a phone. I'm never going to accidentally finance a car. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. I'll drive a 1985 Honda Accord before I ever finance a car, ever. And I won't care what anybody in the debt matrix thinks about it. I wouldn't care. That's their problem. Hello, Randall. Nobody more gangster than a bank. Borrowing money from a bank is like buying from the... You know what? Randall, check it out. I said this earlier, okay? Those are feelings. I promise you, the bank does not enter their feelings into the equation. If you're financially free, because I'm not against loans on the business side, okay? I'm just against loans personally, on the personal finance side. But business side, that's totally different. You treat your personal finances like a business. When you go over to the business side and get a loan, the bank is going to know that you know. They're not going to insult you. They're going to know that you don't enter your feelings into the equation, because you already know. You don't have to cross your fingers. Like when you know money on the personal side, when you go to get a business loan, you're not going to have to cross your fingers and hope you get it. You're going to know you're going to get it. You're just determining which bank that's going to give you the best rate. That's it. There's no, oh man, I really hope the bank give me this loan. Those days are done. You walk in and say, this is what I want. What deal can you get for me? Okay, you can't. Okay, I'm gonna go to Bank of America and they're gonna give me a better deal than you. Okay, Bank of America, can you beat these guys? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with you. Let's go. Let's do it. Period. They're gonna know that you know. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna deal with banks. I'm not saying that at all. Period. They got this on lock. Just got done washing dishes. I'm watching. Okay, cool, man. Thank you for watching. I have Navy Federal. Yeah, somebody else said they bank with Navy Federal too. What I'm telling you, what I teach you guys, again, if you want a free 30-minute consultation, DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Send me a date and a time and your phone number and a brief overview of your financial situation, and we're going to set that up, and we'll get on a phone call, and then we'll go from there. Please like this video. Much thanks. I also have a donation link under every video I create. And thank you for the donations, first of all. And during your donation, write a note of what I've changed your life, or what I've done for you, or what I taught you, or whatever, right? That just helps drive me to make and do more for people. You don't necessarily, maybe you're not ready just to jump in and me to organize your finances or whatever, right? You're not ready, but when you're ready, you'll see me. Okay. Thanks. Okay. That makes sense. Only time to take the loan out is for business loan. I be preaching. Hey, Randall, when you preach it like that, I want you to tell me the responses you get. Okay. Me and ATL and I have been going back and forth of the responses when you start speaking debt free to people, and just, is it that glazed Twilight Zone look? All right. That's my granddad was a vet, not me. He was in Korea, blah, blah, blah. He gave you a good thing. You know, so just remember, if you come on the debt-free side, you're speaking debt-free. You got to be very careful if you want to keep your friends, your family. I have close friends I have close friends that have kept their student loans for like 15 years. You know how that just bothers me to the core, but I can't say anything. I don't say anything if I want to keep the friendship. You speak debt free. You're gonna get that glazed look every time. I promise you. That's how it's gonna go. Those of you that may have just jumped into the video chat room here, I'm answering any and all personal finance questions. Anyone that you may have, that you might have saw something, heard something out in the world, and be like, hey, that doesn't make sense. I will answer any of those questions right here. Everything will be justified with math, I promise. All right. I'll tell you what, man, you got me asking. Randall. Oh my God, how's that going though? How's that going? Hey, Debt Free, remember you said that before someone got pissed off. I ain't trying to be in a relationship. Hey man, I'm telling you, I asked the woman I'm with now, I asked her, hey, what is your credit? I want to see your credit report, period. Else we're going to be wasting each other's time. There's no way I could be with somebody deep in debt and not caring about getting out of debt, or even if they even know they're in debt. Oh no, that'd just be a waste of time. There's nothing like debt-free freedom, nothing. And you can't be debt-free with a partner that's deep in debt and don't care. I promise you. Good. Hey, SR, it's possible. I have one. Okay. I'm with one. I went through, before I knew, trust me, I went through women that I didn't even, asking about their debt wasn't on my radar at all. I just learned what I knew on TV, and that's love. Hey, you're beautiful. Or their job title. You know, a lot of dudes will be into, oh man, she's a lawyer, she's a doctor, like that means anything. That doesn't mean anything. Those are the people that with those careers, those people are the deepest in debt. They're the deepest in debt. I don't care. And let me tell you, and I'm gonna share something with you guys personally, okay? Once I became financially free, because I was an engineer, computer engineer for 20 years, right? And I was glad to walk around talking about, hey, yeah, I'm a computer engineer, because that impressed other women. They would associate money with a computer engineer, and also I made myself into that, right? But once I became financially free, you know what I started to question? I started saying, who am I without that title? What if one day I'm not a computer engineer? Then who am I? See what I'm saying? That's what you start to think. Or the people that have been in jobs for 15, 20 years of their life, right? And then the thought about quitting this profession that they're in, it's a reality check. You're like, now what do I do? Where am I going to make my money? Where am I going to fill out job applications and say, in a different field that maybe you want to be in, but you have zero experience in, because you've made yourself into this computer engineer. You know, it's crazy. What is your advice for those who want to become debt free? Come see me, Coco. Come see me. I will create a detailed plan for you how to do it. Everything associated with math. I teach you, Coco. I just don't. Yes, I do it for you because that's what you hire me for. But I'm teaching you along the way. So once you become debt free, you're winged off of me. See you later. Because I tell you something, Coco, you're never going back. I teach you how to speak the language. ATL, he knows the language. Randall knows the language. Trust me. DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Free 30-minute consultation. Email me a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation, and we'll set that appointment up, and then we'll talk so we can get straight into it. Just like that. Bam. Bam. Hello, Hassan. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, do that. DebtAintMyDaddy at gmail.com. Okay. It's under under all my videos. Check out the details of it. Let me know, set it up. I'll work with you. I'm East Coast time, by the way, Coco. So I don't know if you're the same or not, but just make you aware of that. And then whatever time works for you, I'll make it happen. This is my passion. You guys see how many videos I got. This ain't just a side gig. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. Am I setting myself up for? I thought you were talking to me, SR. My bad. I now can't believe the mindset. You just called two of my childhood friends and told them to come to your channel to set up a concert. They said they want to die owing them. ATL, when you gonna learn? This is ATL. Check it out. You're calling up your friends. This is what you're doing. Linnell. That ain't my daddy. That's what you're doing, ATL. They cannot hear you. ATL, they can't hear you. Stop it. There's no school to learn debt free. Yes, I was looking into the FHA and clicked on your video and was like, oh, thank God, Coco. Thank God you didn't do that, okay? Thank you. Thank you for watching one of my videos. Thank you. Don't ever get an FHA mortgage, ever. I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you the formula how to determine if you're ready for a house, Coco. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a house. That's it. Done. Done. And for people that don't know that master mathematical formula, guess what? They get FHA mortgages. They're handing them out like hotcakes. The banks hand out, for the people that don't know, they get FHA mortgages. You walk into a bank, hey, bank, I want a mortgage and I have no money and I have bad credit. They're going to say, okay, here's an FHA mortgage. Here you go, sir. And then they're going to say, then the person that gets the FHA mortgage, they turn to the bank and say, hey, am I a homeowner now? The bank goes, you sure are. Here's the keys. Tell all your friends you're a homeowner. That's it. Just like that. Trust me, they will never understand you. Hey, Hassan, ATL understands the language, okay? He got to go, ATL got to go through some phases. He got to he got to feel it. I know you're going to give up, ATL. You just got to stop, man. Just stop. Unless you put down exactly, SR. SR's right, Coco. Check it out, Coco. If you don't have at least 20% or more to put down on the house you want, say like the house you wanted was $300,000, you got to come up with at least $60,000 cash, at least. Okay, at least. Now, you want to check it out. I'm gonna give you some tidbits of information to Coco to see if the people you know bought their house right. I'm gonna give you some questions that you can ask them without them knowing why you're asking. Okay, you go like this. How much did you have to put down on your house? Because people in debt people that get FHA mortgage, they love to tell their friends the price of the house like they pay cash for it, okay? So when they tell you the price of it, you can ask, hey, how much was that house? They'll tell you. They'll be happy to tell you, right? And then you just Google 20% of blah, 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 the price they tell you, right? And then you turn to ask them. Don't let them know you're Googling the price, okay? 20% of this, right? And then you turn to ask them, say, hey, how much did you have to put down on your house? If they say, oh, hardly nothing, or just this much, and if it's less than the 20%, or if they say hardly anything, they did it wrong. They have an FHA mortgage. Okay. This is also how to tell if you're ready for a house. You walk into the best bank you know. You say, hey, I want the best top rate conventional mortgage you have to offer. The bank's going to turn to you and say, okay, here's the list of requirements for that. You grab that list, you look down the list. If you don't meet those requirements, you leave the bank until you do meet those requirements, because indirectly, when you're turned down for a conventional mortgage, indirectly, that's the bank's way of telling you that you're not ready to buy a house, period. Don't care what your friends think. Don't care what your friends are doing, because most of those people, they're getting FHA mortgages and then they're going out to financing a car to match it. They're financing dogs. People are financing dogs to match their house and their cute little, it just never ends. Thank you, Erica. Appreciate it. Do what should you do now so you can do it. Hey, you become financially free, Coco, reach out to me. I promise you. I promise you I'll change your life. I'm not even bragging. I'm just saying I'm going to show you math and have you look at money collectively, no longer individually, collectively, because it would not work. Check it out, Coco. This whole thing would not work if the majority of people were in the debt matrix. Now that I'm out of the debt matrix, ATL's out of the debt matrix, other people know how to speak the language outside the debt matrix, you will clearly see that we cannot remain free. We cannot remain wealthy. We cannot remain rich, whatever you want to call it. Those are all labels, okay? All you care about is your finances are in the black. They're above zero. The majority of people must stay in the debt matrix for us to remain free. That's just the way it is. They're in there by choice. All you got to do is apply math to your finances, and you'll see all what I'm telling you. I'm not some fancy guru mathematician. I'm just using what my teacher, Miss Klingensmith, taught me in 5th grade. Okay, I still remember her name because I was good at those math and money games. I was good, but yet I didn't use it outside the debt matrix. I don't know, whatever, but I do now. And now this is my passion. This is my business. Period. Now, right now, it's called DebtAintMyDaddy, but I'm slowly migrating over to my new one, SavingsMinusDebt.com. Period. It's undeniable. Nobody can say that's not true. That's bull crap. No, it's math. It's just math. If everyone got out of debt, the system would exactly, Hassan. The system. Did you? Hey, Coco, did you see what did you see what Hassan said? The whole system would collapse if everybody knew what I'm telling you today. The whole system would collapse. Oh, Shell, you outside the debt matrix. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Yes, dogs, the precious gem. Yes, dogs. They're financing dogs. Welcome, Shell. So you speak debt-free. ATL, see, Shell speaks debt-free. We can speak openly now. We can speak openly and debt-free. You can't call your friends. You can still be in the debt matrix physically, but if you mentally step out of, you will see you need to become free. Then you'll just set. Exactly. We're physically. Hey, SR. Again, in order for us to remain free and successful, we need to play around in the debt matrix. We have to. We have to say, hey, because check it out. We need people to keep financing phones, cars, lawnmowers, furniture, light bulbs, blenders, microwaves, stoves. We need those people. We need those people. Recognize the problem. The first step. My house, 2 cars, and all my student loans are completely paid off in the DC area too. Oh, you living lovely. While everybody probably in the DC area complaining about the high prices of this and that and blah blah blah, you're living carefree, stress-free, and they don't even know how you're doing. They probably think you mega rich, huh, Shell? They probably think you're mega rich. And when you turn to them and say, no, I'm just debt free, they probably look at you like you a freaking alien, right? ATL, Shell's an alien. See? Hey, Shell, when you tell your friends what you do and how to become free, what do? They probably look at you like you're speaking a whole nother language, right? You're speaking debt free. Health and weight talk. Because of this stream, I'm going to bite the bullet and write down all my debts and figure out. Come see me. Hey, health. I can help you skip a lot of process. I've already been through a lot. DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. We can set up an appointment. I promise you. Help you skip. I help you skip over what I had to go through, because there was not many people I can talk to. Okay. I still not a lot of people. I only talk to you guys. I don't talk to my friends, my close friends. I don't even talk about what I do. They get mad. I don't even talk to them about it. We talk about surface stuff, whatever. They talk, hey, Linnell, how's your business going? I know they really don't care about I know they don't really care about my business because they're in debt. So they didn't want to hear about my business. So we don't talk about it. You know what I say? Oh, it's going good. And then we get off the subject. Isn't that a wonderful to say, Shell? $0 owed. Hey, that's wonderful. I love saying that to everybody. Hey, how much you owe? I owe nobody on earth a dime. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, owe nobody? Everybody's in debt. I'm not. They look at me like I'm lying. If you're able to pay off the, oh yeah. Hey, a health weight. You see what ATL saying? You do whatever it takes to pay that debt off. You're going to have to ignore everybody in the debt matrix, though. Okay. If you do this, like if you have a fancy car, fancy place, and you downgrade your stuff, they're going to think you're broke. Oh man, what's wrong with healthy weight? Oh man, he or she must be down on their luck. Oh, they must have lost their job. Their credit must be bad. They're going to say everything under the sun except know what you're doing. You don't care, because when you're on this side, guess who's going to make you rich? They are. And they're not going to know how they're doing it. They're not even going to know how they're doing it. And you drive a Prius too, and you're saving gas. Oh man. They're going to say, Shell, they're probably going to say you're rich because you're not paying for gas, much gas as they are. It can't be that you're out of debt. It can't be that. No, it can't be that. I moved to Cali, sacrificed for years in the wasteland to be able to pay off my debt and accelerate rate, and move back to my home state and debt-free and rate. Hey, once you're financially free, SR, you can live anywhere in the United States that you want. By the way, I can't forget, if you're just coming into the room, this is a question and answer, anything to do with personal finances, anything. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the donation link. If you choose to donate, write what I've done for you, write what my videos have done for you, schedule an appointment with me, anything you want. Let me know, okay? Thank you, ATL. I appreciate that. See, other people know when you speak the language, it's undeniable. You can't fake what I'm telling you guys. What I'm saying to you, you can't fake it. Like if ATL's debt-free, Shell's debt-free. If I was coming on here speaking any kind of other way that's including debt, they would know I'm faking it. When you go to other channels that are trying to teach you about money, it's clear when they're speaking from a debt perspective. It's clear, crystal clear. I already have the resume. Cool. Keep at it. How do you go about, Coco says, how do you go about not paying inflated rental payments? This is how I do that, Coco. Check it out. You only can do this when you're financially free. The standard is almost like a year lease with a place you're going to rent, right? You walk up to the place and say, hey, you got a year rental? You say, yeah. Can I get 2 months free if I pay you 10 months up front? Not many places are going to turn you down. You got 2 months free because you can pay the whole year. They're not going to turn you down. You say, I will pay the entire year if you give me 2 months free. They're not going to turn you down. Bam. You just solved yourself inflated rental prices. Bam. Just like that. See that? They're not going to turn you down. I do that with my cars. I just had a tranny put in my truck. They quoted me $3,000. I said, hey, I'm paying cash. Guess what? It's $2,200 now. Bam. Just like that. See how that works? When you're financially free, the cost of living, inflation, all that stuff no longer applies to you. Blue book value of anything no longer applies to you. Say it like this. When I'm ready to buy a house, you think I'm going to go, hey, let me go through this neighborhood. Oh, wow, that's a good price. No, I'm looking for foreclosures and liens. That's it. Foreclosures and liens. There's millions of them. As long as there are people that believe they're homeowners while having 30-year mortgages, I can live anywhere in the United States I want. Anywhere. See what I'm saying? See, look, Shell knows. ATL knows. Another debt-free. Isn't it wonderful, Hyphy? Isn't it wonderful? Welcome to my financially free, where you can speak debt-free freely without being looked at like you're crazy. If you're coming into my channel right now and you're hearing us talk, you're like, what the hell are they talking about? You know why you can't understand? Because you speak debt. Now, that's nothing against you. I'm just trying to show you something. You speak debt. If you can't, check it out. If this is you don't have to say nothing, okay? This is how to tell if you speak debt. If you got the brand new iPhone, but you didn't pay cash for it, but yet you have it in your hand, you're in the debt matrix. Did I say that? Let me say it a little slower. If you have the brand new iPhone and you didn't pay cash for it, but yet you have it in your hand, you live in the debt matrix. Now just take a minute to think about it, okay? And you'll get it. If it clicks, you're in the right place. If you're mad about it, that's a feeling. You're in the debt matrix. You're speaking debt. So is renting a car a better option than financing? I'm not quite sure what you're saying, Hassan. Renting for what, a day or two? What are you talking about? Or just period? No, you pay cash for a car, but I'll never finance a car, first of all. Second of all, you need to make sure you buy a car from a person that's in financial trouble. Somebody going through a divorce, bad breakup, they lost their job, whatever. That's their problem. Those are feelings. You don't have to. You buy from a person in credit trouble. Listen what I'm saying right here, Hassan. Buy it from a person in credit trouble under Blue Book value. Okay, under Blue Book. You drive it for a few years, and then when you get tired of it, you sell it at Blue Book value. When you do that, guess what? You drove the car for absolutely free. Did you get it, Hassan? See how that works? You know what, Hassan, that counts on your situation. I'm not sure. I need a car, so I buy a car, cash. I'm enjoying this because only my wife is on the same page as me right now. Thanks for being in the play. Hey, SR, appreciate that, man. And check it out, SR. I hope you appreciate that your wife is on the same page, because I have a couple clients, man. When one of the spouses see it and the other one doesn't, that is a major problem. That's a major problem. That's a major problem. That's a major problem. Ooh, that's a major problem. How do you find a person in credit trouble and buy? Oh, hey, good question, Mark. I'm glad you asked that. Just look in the paper. It doesn't matter. If 85% of Americans are in debt, you look in the paper and see who's selling a car. Not from a car lot, personal owners, right? You have an 85% chance that person's in credit trouble or marriage problems. You name it. There's a million reasons why they're selling. Their reason doesn't really matter. All you got to do is get on the phone with them. They'll tell you their story. You can hear it in their voice. Okay. And then when you say, like, they're selling a car for 15, right? You hear it in their voice that they need to sell it, or they get a divorce or whatever. You come over there with $10,000 cash. Guess what? They're giving it to you for $10,000 cash. They see the money. They can skip over the whole bank process, the loan, getting the loan approved. They have to go down and sign paperwork. You have the money. They're skipping over all that. That's just like that. See how I did that, Mark? Did I go too fast? When you're financially free, you have money. However, this is the first time I said out loud to anyone, reading shells. However, this first time I said out loud to anyone, it's convoluted conversation because most people really don't fully comprehend. Exactly, Shell. You got to keep it to yourself. Ain't it hard? But you know what, Shell? They will see, people in debt will see how happy you are all the time, how carefree you are, how you're not begging for overtime at work. They'll be like, how come she's never begging for overtime at work? Because you're financially free. Or check this out. When you're at Shell, if you say this at work, because I did this once before I quit my regular job. I said, one time I was in my cubicle, right? And I stood up and I said, hey, did we get paid last week or this week? Oh, man, you should have saw the looks on everybody's faces. Oh, my God. Everybody was like, oh, we know who makes the big bucks. Oh, this and that. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, yeah, Coco, there's a ton of them. There's millions of people trying to get out of car notes. Millions. Hey, Shell, this is the place. I hope you subscribe, because this is the place. If you're coming into I got to keep reiterating it. Sorry, you guys. If you're coming into the room right now, this is a question and answer video session. Answer anything to do with personal finances. Anything. Okay. Free 30-minute consultation at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Send the date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. I'll set you right up, and then we'll get right into it. And I'll create a plan for you. Follow the plan. You'll be free. Just like that. Boom. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, You will have to pay off your debt. Okay, I'm not one of these credit fixer people. Okay, I'm a person that makes a plan for you to how to pay off your debt. Okay, if only one is on debt free, the store will start to. They will. SR, you're right. They will start to resent their spouse. That's hard. Hey man, I'm glad I became debt free on my own, so I'm glad I didn't have to run into that situation. Been trying to get out there and answer this question for a while. Oh, that question about the car? Okay, hey man, Mark, you know you can email me, man. I could have gave you that answer. That's a quick answer. Anybody out there that have quick questions, you can just email me. Nothing too detailed. I'll respond to it. Not a big deal. Divorce will come soon. The spouse is on. You're right, precious Jim. You're right. Hey, you guys, this is a double-edged sword. Once you feel this freedom, Shell, ATL, can you explain this financial freedom to people? I don't know how to explain it. I can just show you, but I can't explain this type of freedom. It's very difficult to explain. When I go to the gas station, I don't look at the gas prices because I just go to fill up. I don't care. I mean, I care to a point, but I mean, Shell's different. She got a Prius, so I got a big truck, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Been trying to get out there. Oh, okay. Press divorce will come. Perfect. Thank you, Mark. Okay. Nope. Well said. By the way, achieved this on my own. Never been married or any help from anyone. Okay. Hey, good. You didn't have to run into that problem, Shell. Coco, what about business funding? Now, I agree. I don't mind getting loans on the business side because that's separate. Notice when I say things like that, I always stress personal finances because this, Coco, I'll tell you this. I teach you how to treat your personal finances like the business of Coco. Once you understand this and it's time to jump on the business side of finances, you'll know exactly what to do. You will know exactly who the fakers are. For example, like this, Coco. If I decided to get into a business or have a business partner, guess what the first thing I'm going to ask that business partner? Let me see your personal credit report. Because they're going to treat your business finances like the way they treat their personal finances. You know why? Because they know nothing else. So they're going to naturally do that. They're going to do that. Business debt is different than personal debt. Okay. Totally different. Different taxes. Everything's taxed differently. Totally different. But I promise you, once you do this, you will naturally carry what you know, what I'm showing you, over to business. You won't be able to help it. You will not even be able to help it. You'll go over there. You'll know exactly how to negotiate the perfect type of loan. You'll know exactly who to say it's time to. You don't know anything about business taxes, right? I don't know anything about business taxes, but I know how to pick the right tax person. You know how? This is what I'll do. Let me see a personal credit report, tax person. Once I see their personal credit report, for those that don't know what I'm talking about, you can go see mine. I post mine every month. Go to Facebook, DebtAintMyDaddy. You can see my full entire credit report. Go to my Instagram, DebtAintMyDaddy, and see my full entire credit report. I post it every single month. Go look at it. Your credit report will look like my credit report, and anybody you do business with, their credit report will look like that. I guarantee you Shell's credit report look like mine. ATL's credit report looks like mine. Don't worry about the credit score. I'm talking about the entire credit report. Yeah, I got a nationally good high credit score, whatever. Those are just indicators, okay? They mean something, but yeah, sort of, kind of. I'm talking about the entire thing. And then when you see it, I want you to ask yourself, how come everybody doesn't do that? How come everybody doesn't show their entire credit report? How come they always show just their credit score? Those are indicators for you to come and see me. Those are indicators to sign up for that free 30-minute consultation with me. I'll show you. You'll be able to speak the language that we're saying. Okay? Thank you, Coco. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I need to do that. But I appreciate you doing that. Much appreciated. There's nothing like being debt free. ATL, there's nothing like being free. Don't worry about money. I can buy a car, cash, rolls, but choose to drive a car. Cars depreciate. Exactly. You can, ain't it wonderful, ATL? You can buy any car you want, just anything. Okay, people in debt, I want you guys to understand something. Once you're financially free, and tell me, ATL, Shell, if you guys agree with this, everything becomes a thing. Okay. A Mercedes, a big house, a nice watch, a nice suit. Everything are things now. It's like if somebody rolls up with a nice Benz, I'll be like, oh, that's a nice car. I'm not like, ooh, they must be rich. They got that car. They must be rich. Look at his car, his suit. I don't think like that anymore. Okay. I just, it's impossible. You know, you don't think about things like that anymore. Those are trinkets, you know, just because, like, say, for example, you see the new Cadillac that comes out and they say, hey, this Cadillac is $80,000. You know what I say? Says who? Cadillac? Well, tell you what, I don't agree with Cadillac, so I'm not going to pay $80,000. I'm going to let the people in debt go and finance it because they believe it's $80,000. They really have no choice but to finance it, right? And they go and pay the top dollar. I'll let it go down in value and then let them get in credit trouble and get it repossessed, and then I'll go buy it on pennies on the dollars. That's if I want a Cadillac Escalade. That's if I want it. I'm not saying I didn't want it, right? That's how it works. Man, ATL, I'm jealous because I've never even seen the deed of a house. I've never seen one. And I told people, you know what's so funny, ATL? I told people, when I get my deed, it's going to be on my house. It's going to be in a plaque and in a window frame or picture frame on my wall. Because people are walking around here every day talking about their homeowners. Walking to ATL's home, you say, I bet you how many people walk in your house and go, hey, what's that? What is that? Why is that in the foyer of your home as soon as you walk in? And you're going to go, that's a house title. Wow. But don't you own the home? Aren't you guys homeowners? Yeah. Do you have that? No, then you're not. It's that simple. Hey, ATL, is it gold plated? Is the frame gold plated? Is it solid gold, or would you put it in? Did you go buy a very expensive frame for it, or what'd you do? Shell, is yours on the wall too? ATL has his on the wall. Is yours on the wall? I know you can only show people like me because they won't even understand it, but I'm jealous. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, you guys, I'm jealous because I don't own a house yet, but I will. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to find somebody with a lien or in foreclosure, and then I'm going to get one. And then I'm going to copy you just like that. But I'm going to put my frame in gold. Okay? I know it don't mean nothing to you, but I just want to do it. I'd rather have cash in the bank than a fancy car and like to look like I don't have anything. Exactly. Read the million. Hey, check it out. ATL. Once you're financially free, ATL, check it out. Once you're financially free, if the majority of people are in debt, why in the world would you want to show anyone that you have money? That makes no sense. Does it? Now you think now that you're out of the debt matrix, right? You don't want to show everybody, a bunch of broke people, that you got money. I'm not doing any of that. House crashes. Oh, hey, ATL, you're right. It's coming. Woo. Hey, if I was free, ATL, if I was free back in 2008, oh, that would have been Christmas. Oh, it's about to be Christmas time. You already ready, huh, ATL? You ready? Oh man. I hope you're ready too. It's about to be Christmas time. Hey, it's a crash happening. Oh yeah, it's Christmas time. Oh, it's Christmas. What do you think about building your own home? I don't know, Mark. I don't really care about I don't really care about that, Mark. I mean, that's a preference. If I find a nice house, like there's a house down the street from what I want from where I live now. I'm renting, by the way. But I would take that house exactly the way it is. Exactly the way it is. I don't care who built it. I don't care. I'd be in it. I really personally, and I'm not saying, Mark, that might not do that one day, but right now I look at things very differently. Okay. Plus, Mark, you're like 20 years younger than me too. So I'm at a different place in my life too. You got to remember that. When I'm teaching you, it has no age barriers. Okay. But when you're old, you have a certain amount of time left to do certain things. Okay. So do I really want to mess around with that? Probably not. I didn't wake up till 40, Mark. Remember I told you that? I didn't wake up till 40. I'll be 50 in December. Okay. So it took me once I woke up, it took me about 4 or 5 years to get out of debt. So I really had about six years of total financial freedom. So BC, like telling hungry people I have a house full of, exactly, Shell. You can't do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to show people, like when I hear people get on Facebook and they say, hey, I got a raise. And then they go out and say, look what I got. I deserve it. And then they go out and finance a brand new car. It's like, I just want to jump on and say, do you realize you just set yourself back 2 steps financially by doing that? Oh my God. But you see all the people under that post. Congratulations. You deserve it. Way to go. This and that. I'll be like, oh, no, 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 no. No, no. That's a no. Mark, this is the place, man. You're young. What I'm sharing with you right now, Mark, I'm so glad you're soaking this up at your age, man. Oh, but I keep telling you, Mark, it's going to affect your relationships, your serious ones, okay? Your serious one. It's going to affect your serious relationship because you're not going to get seriously involved with a woman that's deep in debt. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care her job title. I don't care how good the sex is. Nothing trumps financial freedom. Nothing. They're going to think you're an a-hole. Nothing. I promise you, nothing. Man, I'm telling you. Keep saving cash for the home, Linnell. You know, hey, you know what? You're right, ATL. I'm not in a rush. I know exactly how I'm gonna buy it. Tax liens or foreclosures. That's it. I'm not paying full price. We don't have to pay full price for anything, ATL. Nothing. Well, shoes. I'm not buying used shoes, but other than that, or brand new underwear. I'm doing that. I'm not used underwear, but other than that, major things. Market value of anything, ATL, Shell. Market value of anything no longer applies to us. We don't care what the price of something is. Nothing. Hey, check it out. Mark, just kick it with them. Just kick it with them, man. Just kick it with them. Don't say nothing. Let them talk. If they start talking debt, you just throw a few questions at them. If they don't answer those questions right, because they're not going to know why you're asking those questions. Hey, you got to just leave it. And you just got to be like, hey, yeah, I'm not looking for, this is the line, Mark, get used to this one. Hey, yeah, I'm not looking for nothing serious right now. You know, we can just be cool. We can be friends. Why? I'm in a place in my life that I'm trying to do. Hey, you just make up your own thing, Mark. You know what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Because you try to break out and say right away, hey, let me see your credit report. They're going to be like, what? Ninja, please. I wish all this at youth age, like early. Hey, you know what, Hyphy? Don't worry about that part, man. You still breathing. You know now. That's all that matters. You know now. 85% of Americans are in debt right now. Who cares? You're free. Be free. Financial freedom is lovely. It's lovely. I will, ATL. I promise you, ATL. I'm going to post mine on top of my wall too, right in the foyer. Right in the foyer. When they walk in, I want everybody to ask, hey, what's that? Is that your college degree? That thing's in the closet. No, my college degree is in the closet in some containers. That's my house title. Believe that. College degree ain't even worth that much. Believe that. Anything. It's never too late, Hyphy. Exactly. Thank you, ATL. It's never too late, Hyphy. It's never too late, ever. Yes, sir. SR, yes. Anybody else have any questions in here? You can ask any personal finance questions, any financial questions, anything personal finance related, anything. This is the safe zone. This is where you can come, ask a question, and not made to feel like you're dumb for asking a question. Because people in the debt matrix, they don't even know they're in debt. But yet, if you ask a certain type of question, they'll try to make you feel like you're dumb for asking. It's just the dumbest thing. You can't fall for that. I'm going to frame my student loan with 0. Hey, I heard that, Hassan. I heard that, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I paid mine off, And let me tell you guys something. This is the safe zone. I kept my student loans for 9 years. 9 years. 9 years. So when you hear about people getting on Facebook complaining about the high price of student loan debt and they're this and that, it counts on who you're talking to. Are you talking to somebody that has student loans that are older than their children? Yeah, college is pretty expensive for you. If you went to school for 4 years and you're paying for your college for 20, yeah, that's pretty expensive. They required, math was a requirement inside of college. I remember that. But yet you don't do it? Never too late. To me, responsibility to teach me youth this information. Hey, this is why I'm here, man. When I get a 19-year-old reaching out to me, emailing me for a consultation, that blows me away. I tell the 19-year-old, I had a 19-year-old last week. I told him this. I'm surprised you even understand what I'm saying. You know what he told me? He's like, yeah, you know what? My mom, he even said this. My mom was saying something, she's a credit fixer person and she's helped fix credit. And she told me to get secure credit cards. And he was like, that just didn't quite make sense to me. It didn't make. And I was like, no. And then I came across your videos and then that clicked with me. I said, good. This is the plan. This is what you do. You don't do that. And I know you love your mama, but she only knows what she knows. That's not the right way. If you learn what I teach you now, you will be free at 19, you will be free for the rest of your life. Nobody will even know how you did it, even if you told them. SR, I have been paying off VA debt for the last year, and they have been reporting it as failure to pay. Once the account is paid in full, they mark it as paid. This alone has dropped my credit score. Hey, SR, when you paid, VA debt. When you say VA debt, what do you mean by that? Are you talking VA house loan, a VA mortgage? Is that what you're saying? SR to 574 used to be mid 700. You know what? Right now, SR, when you're paying off debt, don't worry about your credit score. Okay. Once you get out of debt, you'll see that a credit score, it has a purpose, but it's not the purpose of what you think it is when you're in debt. Like people in debt, they love worshiping the credit gods, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. They worship everything they say. The credit score means everything. If you don't have a credit score, you're nothing. Don't worry about your credit score while you're paying off debt. I promise you that will change once you're out of debt. You'll look at credit as a tool. I look at credit like I would a hammer or a lawnmower or a weed eater. Okay, it's just a tool. It's nothing more than that. I don't need it. I just use it. Okay. Well, that's what I'm asking. Is it a VA mortgage that you're talking about, SR? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Or if you're talking about student loans or VA. Oh, GI Bill 2. Oh, okay. Check it out. Sorry about that. This is what you need to do. And this is what, I don't know if this is your situation, but this is very important, SR, okay? I don't know how this is even legal. I remember I was paying extra on my student loans without contacting them first. When I finally contacted, after about a year, I finally got the courage to look at my balance and I noticed it wasn't changing. And I knew I was paying extra. So I called them up and I said, hey man, I've been paying for a year of extra. How come that balance is not going down? You know what they told me? Mr. Young, you had to call us and tell us to apply it towards principal, your extra towards principal. That whole time they was applying it towards interest. I was like, what? I said, who in the world would pay extra on something to be applied towards interest? Now, this is how to tell if this is happening to you, SR. If you're paying extra and your due date keeps getting pushed further and further and further out. So say like your next payment was due in December, right? And you paid extra, or November, and then you paid extra. Now your next payment is not due for January. They're applying your extra money towards interest. You need to call them and tell them anything over the regular payment is to be applied to principal. I mean, I know why. Okay, at first when that happened to me, I didn't know why. Just didn't make sense. And anything that doesn't make financial sense in the math, in the finance game, it's usually for financial gain somewhere else. And this is why they do that. Okay, And this is not factual information. This just makes sense to me now that I'm outside the debt matrix. When you pay extra and you see that day getting further and further out, you as a consumer that's in debt, you believe, hey, I'm gonna leave it that way just in case if I get in financial trouble, I won't have to pay my student loan for a few months. That's exactly what they want you to think. Exactly what they want you to think. So when you do get in financial trouble or you want to go on a trip, you'll think mentally, oh, I can go on this trip because I don't really have to make that monthly payment on my student loans now. And then you'll do it. And then they got you. Then all the extra money goes to interest. That's why they do it. Now that makes sense to me. They know you're going to look at it as a cushion. You're not going to be thinking that they're applying it to interest. See how that works? That's how they do it. Make sure you call. Chad bill go to U.S. Treasury. I will eat it. It will eat up your tax. Oh man, I didn't know that, Lee. See, I didn't know any of that. The only reason to have credit score is to have low insurance, car insurance. Hey, you guys read ATL, what ATL is saying. That's true. It's a tool. Good credit, low insurance, car insurance, health premiums. You don't have to be in debt. Exactly. See what I'm saying? It's a tool. It's nothing more than that. It's just a tool. SR. Well, they'll hit me with a wage garnishment. Oh, they did. Put me on a 12-month payment plan. This isn't student loan related either, though. Yeah, see, I'm talking about student loan related. I'm not sure what that is, but whatever that is, you need to figure out and get out of that. You do whatever it takes to pay heavy on that SR. Get out of that. Thank you for the student loan information because that is important. Are you talking to, he said, Lee, please explain. Okay. All right. Pressure Jim, get your reports and see what's on them. Then apply for regular unsecured credit cards, but check out the report. Exactly. Precious, the Precious Jim, see what ATL is saying? That's very important. If you don't know what's on your credit report, that's where, if you guys come to me, I'm going to let you guys know that now. That is where I start. I start with your credit report, all three, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. I start right there. Credit reports do not lie. Everything starts from there. Everything. That's the base. That's the foundation. And then I build up from there. I have a couple of plans. Some people just want to know their total debt. I say, okay, this price is just for the information that I collect and organize for you and do errors or whatever on your credit reports. This is what I do. And then there's one, I have a different price for credit report and then outside of credit report, because there's a ton of things outside of your credit report that you're paying on things that have been over for years. Like, say, for example, like my cell phone bill. I pay $20 a month for my cell phone bill on AT&T, $20 a month, but I pay it by the year, month to month, thinking this is part of my program is this. I change you from that month to month mentality. Now, things like mortgage, light bill, garbage, that's naturally month to month. But outside of those, there's a ton of things that you can pay by the year. That's always the cheapest. There's no more due. ATL, Shell, you guys can agree with this. When you're in debt, you have no idea how many due dates you have to keep track of. This cable bill, phone bill, light bill, car notes, credit cards. If you have multiple credit cards, when you're debt free, I only have a few. My rent, one credit card, maybe the lights. But other than that, I don't have due dates to keep track of. That doesn't exist. I'm not scared of my mailbox. I don't believe Freddy Krueger lives in my mailbox no more. That doesn't exist. It's either junk mail or something that I ordered that's going to be in my mailbox. Outside of that, nothing. This month is my last payment. Cool. Lee Scott, if you don't pay the debt on time, I was able to work out a plan with the VA. However, if you had a hardship, you may be able to the debt erased. Good luck with that, Lee. Good luck with that. It makes you wonder how many people get that. Good luck with that. Try not to. I'm not saying this is you, Lee, but when I hear people crossing their fingers, hoping that the government's going to erase student loan debt and all this other stuff, let me tell you something. If this is you and you're crossing your fingers or you're going to vote for the politician that even hinted that they're going to do that, erase student loan debt, let me tell you something. I got some bad news for you. They're never going to release that many of their slaves ever. You're a slave. They need people, they need slaves to work in their slave camps. You might be asking, what are slave camps? Student loan forgiveness programs, 10 to 25 years of hard labor. They need slaves to fill those programs. You're a slave, but it's all by choice. You're choosing to be a slave. Okay. You don't have to be a slave. You're choosing to be a slave by not paying off your student loans. Yeah, I worked that plan. I got into 526 for 12 months. Problem is, during those 12 months, they have been marking as FP until the balance on paid in full. I don't know what FP means, but SR, as long as that debt's going down, and long as it shows it's paid in full when you're done, don't worry about all that other stuff right now. Just get it gone, man. Just get it gone. Rejected from Discovers it. It discovers the credit card, so it went to. Oh, hey, Precious Gem 143. Okay, check this out. Let me tell you, and I'm gonna make this quick, Precious Gem, for a secured credit card. Let me tell you what you did so you can see. Okay. Say like you had a $500 secured credit card. You had $500 in your hand that you already had, and you're looking at it, $500. You took that $500 and you handed it to the bank. The bank in turn handed you a piece of plastic and gave you a $500 worth of piece of plastic. They took your $500 and put it into their account. Now they're loaning your money out at whatever interest rate they choose. Not only are they loaning your money out, they're charging you interest on your own money, on the money that you put in. They're charging you interest, 20-something% on your own money, all for the privilege of them reporting to the credit bureaus, hey, the Precious Gem paid us back, he or she, their own money on time, period. That's what you got for your $500. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do a secured credit card, ever. That's a no-no. Ever. They're charging you to use your own money, and at the same time, they're loaning out your money at whatever interest rate they're choosing. That's like money on top of money on top of money for people that don't know, period. Yes, I do. Check out. First of all, love seat shorty. I do have. First, you got to own your car. Okay. Own your car. That's number one. When you own your car, guess what? You get to dictate your insurance. So if you don't want full coverage insurance on your car, you don't have to have full coverage insurance on your car. Also, you go, instead of the $250 or the $500 deductible, you max it out to $1,000, even higher if they offer it. You max out to $1,000 because when you don't have any debt, guess what? You will always have $1,000+ in your account. So you don't have to worry about high premiums. See how quickly I did that? Done. That was fast, huh? I'm done. That's it. That's it. Plus you'll have good credit too. So that saves you money too. And then, oh yeah, I'm sorry. One more thing, Love C Shorty. You pay your insurance every 6 months or once a year. Month to month is the highest. Plus they charge you if you go month to month on insurance. Not only do they pull your premiums monthly, they also give you a charge for pulling your own money for the premium. No, I pay my insurance by this every 6 months. Period. See how many savings? That's how you do it. Denied, but think it's something else. Yeah, exactly. Check out what ATL said, Precious. Yeah, check out what ATL said. Shop around, save $1,500 a year on my insurance. Shop around, paying full. Must pay in full. Going to check my report today since it's been a while. Always check your report. Y'all need to pick up this knowledge now. Thank you, ATL. Hey, because you understand, ATL. I'm glad you're backing it up. Trust me, because we can only talk to each other now, right? Once we get out of this channel, we become aliens again. You got to put your suit back on. You got to put your suit back on, right? You got to put your regular person suit back on and start talking normal language, right? You go to work and they start talking about how the great deal that they got in their car, right? I got 1.9. I got 0% savings cash for 84 months. I got a great deal because I got good credit. You got to go, okay. Wow. Come out, check out the car. Wow, nice leather. Tires. Ooh, you got that new car smell. You got to play along, ATL. You got to fit in. Oh, you got a brand new iPhone to match it. That is so cool. Cool. And then you walk away. For those of you that are walking into the room, this is a question and answer video only. Nothing, no special topic. Anything personal finance related. Free 30-minute consultation. Please don't forget to like the video. If you like it, please don't forget to like. I got a donation link under each and every video. If you like what I'm showing you, and no set amount, you can just say, hey, here's $2. This is what you did for me. This is what your videos have changed my life, or whatever, right? And then when you're ready for that free 30-minute consultation, you can email me at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Send a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. And I'm in the EST time zone, by the way, EST. All right. Any other questions? Here is where I teach you, help you understand that money is spoken in two languages, debt and debt free. If you've been in debt all your life, you only speak debt. I promise you. I promise you, you only speak debt. And you're saying certain things out loud around people like me, Shell, ATL. You're saying things that you don't know that you're saying. Okay, because you're only speaking debt. Ask Linnell question. Thank you, ATL. No such thing as a dumb question. This is the safe zone. This is the safe zone. I promise you. No question is a dumb question. Alternate financial medicine. I love what you're doing, brother. I know qualifications ain't everything, but do you have any professional? No, sir. Don't need them. Don't need them. Hey, alternative financial medicine. Check it out. I'm only using 5th grade math. That's it. I have no financial background. I want you to clearly understand what I'm saying, because I don't want you to think I'm embarrassed not to have these things. Okay. Right. Oh yeah. I get it. I'm not saying negatively, I promise you, but I want anybody else to hear. I have no financial background. I have no financial degrees. Nothing. Nothing. I have my calculator and what my teacher, Mrs. Klingensmith, taught me in elementary school. That's all I have. Now, do I have a degree? Yeah, I have a computer engineering degree. Yep, I do. I was a cloud engineer for 20 years. All that fancy garbage talk, connecting servers all over the world, globally, this and that. But I couldn't manage my finances, my 6-figure income. Oh yeah. Just in case you guys know, yeah, math was a requirement for one of my college classes. Yes, it was a requirement, but I didn't use it. Didn't use it till age 40. Crazy, huh? Yep, that's me. That's me. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to get O'Shea to get me on there again, man. But whoo, he be doing back-to-back videos, back-to-back. I'm trying to get on there again. That was a wonderful experience. I got a lot of people from O'Shea came over here, and they tell me that every single time, man. And if this is you, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Then he's helping us with available info out there. So no, hey, check it out. The gym, and this is my niche, because I will be doing this till the day I die. Okay, guess what? You know how I know this? Because math is never going to change, ever. Math is never going to change. I will be doing this until I'm dead. I won't have to have no special skills. I probably have to change the way I deliver the message over, through, technology is advancing. But other than that, I don't have to learn anything new. 5 + 5 is always going to equal 10. 1 + 1 is always going to equal 2. It's going to always equal that. Always. It's never going to change, ever. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Debt free, and so am I. You read athletes that go broke on something. Yeah, exactly. They go broke. December will be the last pay. Oh man, Lance. Last payment. Congratulations. And when you do this, Lance, you get to dictate your insurance. All right, go ahead and Go ahead and change it around the way you want. Raise your deductible up to 1,000. Do all that. Lower your premiums. Guess what? You get to control it. You get to control it. Congratulations. When you finance a car, the bank gets to dictate your insurance. The bank says, "Hey, we want you to have full coverage on your insurance. Period, slave. In order for you to drive our car, you're going to have XYZ. Period." Now that it's paid off, congratulations. This is probably the only place you can come to and say something like that, because you know what the people in the debt matrix are. I'm sure they're saying this to you already, Lance. Oh man, what you gonna do? Trade in, get that brand new XYZ, that 2019, or what about that 2020 that's coming out? You about to get that? I had a guy come. Some people know me in my area, right? So this guy in the gym, he comes up to me and goes, he comes and he's buying a brand new Corvette convertible, right? And he says, I said, "Oh, you know, I don't be like, hey man, are you financing that Corvette?" I don't do things like that. Okay. I don't destroy anybody's happiness. It ain't my place. Right. But I did. I said, how much? He said, "Oh, I had to put a hefty amount down on it." If he's putting money down on it, that means he's financing it. Okay. He's financing the car, the brand new model Corvette. I was like, "Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's the new convertible, but it's got the special this and the special that." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm adding this up in my head," right? As he's saying it, but on the outside, I'm smiling. Hey man, that's cool. That's nice, man. But I'm like, special this, special that. That can't be cheap. That car is gonna own you. I don't care what that new Corvette looks like. Hell no. Let's do a show together. Oh, okay, cool. My specialty: investment, rental property, hard money, lending. Hey, here, let me throw my email up there for alternative financial medicine. Let me do that so you can reach out to me anytime. I love doing shows, man. I really do. I love doing shows. Shoot me an email. Let's set up a time, man. And let's do that, man, because this is my passion. This is my passion. And check it out. Alternative financial medicine. This is my master mathematical formula. I already bought the domain, okay, because it's undeniable. SavingsMinusDebt.com. Period. That's it. That's it. It's undeniable. SavingsMinusDebt.com. Nothing's on it yet, but I bought the domain, right? SavingsMinusDebt.com. So when somebody comes up to me and say, "Hey, man, am I ready to invest?" I'll go, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest. If that number's in the negative, the answer is no. Am I ready to invest in a house? Savings minus debt equals the money you have for a house. Is it in the negative? Yeah, then the answer is no. Just like that. Quick, fast. Dealers are calling. Lance, deals are calling. Of course they are. They're asking you to trade in. Trade up, baby. Come get back in more debt. Come get in some more debt. Come on. Come on. You can't drive that old car that you just paid off. You'll be embarrassed. You're only embarrassed by the people in debt. People in debt have no choice. Check it out, Lance. People in debt have no choice but to keep getting in newer cars because they're so far deep upside down in cars. They have no choice. They have no choice. And I don't know why this is not illegal. When they take a person's car as a trade-in and they're upside down in it, and then they take all that negative equity inside of the old car and roll it into the new car loan, to now the person's twice upside down in a new car. They'll never get out of car debt, ever. That's so hardcore. I couldn't do that to people. Money is saving, pay cash for the vehicle. Exactly. Hey, Lance, listen to ATL. Okay. That's called debt-free speak. Okay. That's debt-free language. Not many people understand that language. What's this? Invest in what? Why not? That's debt-free speak. I'm not buying. I will maintain the car at their feet. Hey, my truck. Well, it doesn't. I have a 1995 GMC Yukon 2-door GT. Okay. Now, when you see it, it doesn't look like it was made in 95 because it's very clean. I have no debt. So That's the kind of car, the truck I chose. They hear that, they'll be like, ooh, you got a 1995. And then when they see it, they're like, that's a 1995? See what I'm saying? When I say it, they're like, oh man, he's broke. He got a 1995. And then I show them the truck, they go, that's a 1995? Yeah, it's a 1995. Yeah, it is. It has new everything, new everything. I don't care. When it goes out, it gets a new part. You think I'm putting it on? I'll take it to a shop. Hey, yeah, fix that. You want new or used? What are you asking me that question for? New. Hey, Linnell, what happens when that engine goes out? I'm going to buy a brand new engine to put in it. See what I'm saying? It doesn't, a car doesn't mean anything to me like that. Any questions? Any more questions? We're going, you know, this is let me say this first. I want to thank you all for successful question and answer program channel today. I really didn't expect it to go longer than 20 minutes. I really didn't. And I think this time was really good. 1 o'clock today time, East Coast time. And I'm going to start making this a regular. Okay. Starting now. Next Sunday, there will be another one at 1 o'clock. Okay. So those of you guys know. Now, if 12 o'clock East Coast time works better, let me know. But right now, it seems like 1 o'clock really works well. I'm going to go 1 o'clock. And so if this is you and you didn't have any questions prepared and you came across this channel, please have them questions prepared. I have other people like this, ATL, Shell, a couple other people that are financially free that can help you. That not just me, so you can understand it's not just me jibber jabbing about being debt free. There's other people that are debt free. Yes, we are rare. Okay. 85% of Americans are in debt. 15% of us are financially free. Financially free doesn't mean rich and wealthy. That means our finances are above zero. They're not in the negative. They're above zero. Okay. If you're ready, reach out to me for a free 30-minute consultation at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Include a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. So when we get on that phone call, we can just go straight into it. And I can say, this plan will work for you, this plan will work for you, or this plan will work for you. It really counts on where you're at. You know, if you're calling me, trust me, don't think it's just non-professional people, broke people. It has nothing to do with nothing. I have all level of people calling me. All level of people calling me. People with excellent credit, 800 credit scores. And if you hear that, you're probably like, what you mean 800? Because it has nothing to do with nothing. That has nothing to do with credit scores are just indicators. Does this person pay back the bank's money on time or not? I mean, when you get out of the debt matrix, credit scores do mean something different. But if you have a high credit score, but you're in debt, it's just an indicator that says this person pays back the bank's money on time. If it's a bad credit score, this person doesn't pay back the bank's money on time. That's all it means. But outside the debt matrix, you understand that credit scores are just tools. You know, it's like, hey, just like ATL said earlier, I get cheaper insurance. I get a good rate if I finance a house. I can rent cars. You know, stuff like that. It's just tools. Nothing more than that. I'm pulling your credit report. Can you only pull it a year? No, you can. Here, let me throw this up for you right here so you can see this, Precious Jim. Okay. Man, my typing skills are getting bad. Sign up for those two. The first one, Credit Karma, will show you your TransUnion and Equifax, and Experian will show you that one by itself. I don't know why Experian's by itself, but they're all free. I mean, they're both free. You can go. You don't have to do the pull one free a year. You can just go online and look at it right now. Channel still here because it's. Thank you, Hyphy. Because and I'm glad I'm glad you're saying that, Hyphy, because I want people to understand you can still have good credit and be deep in debt. Because if this is you, for example, let me tell you this. If this is you, if you have an excellent credit score, but you're deep in debt, The people in the debt matrix, they can't see that you're deep in debt because of the facade of the stuff you have in front of you that's blocking their view from seeing you. But people outside the debt matrix, like myself and others, we can see you clear as day. It might as well be a glass pane window. We can see right through that veil of the credit score because of the way you speak about money. You'll talk a certain way about money. You'll say things like, hey, I got a great deal on this finance cell phone. I only pay $60 a month, or I got 90 days same as cash on this furniture, or I got 0% financing on this brand new car I got. When you speak like that, I know you're in debt, because only people in debt talk like that. See what I'm saying? Nobody, because when you're outside the debt matrix, nobody gets a finance car on sale. Nobody. The sticker price is just to get you in there. Your sale price, you flip to the back of that 72-month paperwork. That's your sale price, not the sticker price you see on the car. You understand? But when you talk like that, hey, I walked on the lot, I had good credit, I didn't have to put any money down, I got 0% financing, that only impresses people in the debt matrix, not us outside the debt matrix. Can you give them a phone number to call for the report? I don't know if I have that phone number. Let me see. I think I just, what did I do with that number? I got to look that up, because I haven't sent anybody a phone number to call ATL. I just give them the links and let them look it up. The Credit Karma, Credit Karma is more for vehicle loans. Free Credit Report is more for mortgages. I'm not sure what you mean by that, SR. I don't really care about their purpose. I just want to go in there and see the list of bills that show up, because it's undeniable. They will be in there. So I'm not looking to Credit Karma. That's why it's free for people in the debt matrix. If you go into the Credit Karma, you see them offering you all kind of stuff. That's why it's free, so they can recommend credit cards, mortgages, and loans and stuff. I'm not there for that. I'm just there to see the list of debts. That's it. Nothing more than that. My brother's mortgage lender, broker, or whatever, and dropped this one on me. The credit card. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I should have read the second line. Why? See what I'm saying? I don't really. When people talk like that, I don't know personally what that means. I'm not looking for it like that. So if they tell another person that doesn't know about money like that, they're going to believe it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying that your brother is bad at mortgage lending. He's probably really good at his job, but there's a piece of something that he just told me that he doesn't know. See what I'm saying? But who am I to say? I can get out of my cell phone contract with a phone that isn't paid off yet. No, you can't. You got to pay off your phone. In order for you to jump over to the plans I'm talking about, you must own your phone. Okay? You have to own your phone. You have to own your phone first. How many phones are on your plan, Love Shorty? Just you? Love C Shorty, is just you, or you got several people? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, ATL. Yeah, go ahead. I apologize. No, let me tell you this, LTL. If you got some information that you can share with them, yeah, go ahead and throw that in there. You don't even have to ask me. If it's debt-free related, I understand that you speak the language. So whatever you're throwing out there, I know we're on the same page. Okay. So don't worry about that. I appreciate you asking though. Much appreciated. Oh, just you. Okay. Yeah. So how long, tell me this, Love C Shorty, how long have you had this phone? How long have you been in this contract? And once you get out of this, Love C Shorty, again, that's a year in. Okay. Email me, Love C Shorty, okay? Because not only do I create debt-free plans, I help people get out of cell phone plans. I can create a plan to help you get out of that. You can do either one. That's the lovely thing about this, SR. You can do either one. Yes, you can do either one. Certain phone carriers won't be able to activate your phone on the network. Yeah, but these cell phone companies I'm talking about, SR, you get to choose the network you want to be on. So if you have an AT&T branded phone, you come over to their service and you ask for an AT&T SIM. That's it. You get a choice. That's what I love about these cell phone companies. You have your choice. You don't have to be, hey, they don't only deal with just AT&T. They deal with all of them, Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon. It's your choice. It's lovely. Do not order report from the internet, only call and number. Yeah, exactly, from the mail. I agree with that, ATL, for sure. My phone contract is almost up as well. You just ask the character the price. You can actually pay that. You can actually pay that phone off anytime you want. Okay, you don't have to wait till the contract's up. You can pay it off. Just ask the carrier what price I'll have to pay in a year in advance. Exactly. Yeah, you can just call them up, or you can just get online and look at your bill and look at the payoff price, and you can just pay it off now. You don't have to wait. Okay, but most people wait because they don't have the money to pay it off. Do a consultation. Thank you. I'm in debt, but I totally understand the language you speak. Good. That's a good thing. Then it's going to eat at you, Love C Shorty, because you're gonna know the language, but you're in debt. That's like double whammy. It's going to put a fire upon you. My brother-in-law, he leased car for his business. He's a lawyer. Is that wise? When I start my, I'll tell you, health, weight, and real talk. Check it out. If that leased car is under the business name, then yes. Okay. I don't want to confuse people when they get a leased car under their own name and then they just say it's for business. If that leased car is under his business name, yes, he's doing it right. Not saying, because I'm just going by what you're saying. I don't know how he's doing it. I'm just saying in general. If I got a car for business, that car is going to be under the business name. It's not going to be under my name. I'm not even going to be crossing things. When it comes to the IRS and taxes, everything I'm going to do is going to be crystal clear. This is for that. How do I know that? Because it's under the business name. You know, taxes are there. I want you guys to understand this clearly. Once you're out of debt, you clearly understand and see the purpose of taxes. Taxes can help build wealth, but only if you're not in debt. You can see its purpose. The reason why, this is the very reason why you can go to prison for tax evasion, because it's the backbone of the whole system. If they let people get away with breaking the tax laws, our whole economy would snap. That's the purpose of taxes. Once you get out of it, once you get out of debt, you'll clearly see taxes are not keeping you down. There's a purpose. There's a reason to make this whole thing work. I promise you. Always the worst idea, especially, well, financing a car personally, period. Because you'll see people in the debt matrix fighting over buying versus leasing. And when it doesn't matter, the bank owns them both. So what are you fighting over? Nothing. You're fighting over the bank's car. It doesn't matter. Whatever. It is under, okay, then I say if it's under his business name, he's doing it right. Okay, he's doing it right. Okay, because business debt is very different than personal debt. Business debt is taxed different than ordinary debt. All right, you guys, it's been like 2 hours, and I'm not cutting this off because I don't love it. I like it. I'm gonna do this again next Sunday at 1 o'clock East Coast time. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. ATL, Shell, Love C Shorty, SR, Health, Weight, and Real Talk. If I missed your name, Precious Jim, Lance, Hyphy, all you guys. I appreciate all you guys, okay? I'm going to do this again next Sunday at 1. Again, free 30-minute consultation at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Send a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation so we can get straight into it. All right? Appreciate you guys all. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. If you like it, please share with other people that may be ready to listen to what I'm saying. They have to be ready. Okay? They have to be ready. ATL, no more speaking debt, no more speaking debt free to debt people in debt matrix. Okay? You're just going to make yourself angry. Peace. Peace to everyone. Peace. Hyphy. Take care, you too. It takes time. Everybody can do it. Everybody. All right. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be doing some lives during the week. If you guys hit the reminder button, you guys will pop up. But the question and answer piece will be the videos during the week will be on specific topics. But the question and answer will be every Sunday at 1 from now. If it keeps growing, keeps growing. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all. You guys have a wonderful. My girlfriend keeps walking in the kitchen, she keeps giving me this look like, Linnell, you said it was only going to be 20 minutes. I did say that to her because I really thought it was going to be like that. But now 2 hours later. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. All right. Okay. Bye-bye.